Hi, something a little bit different for the Sunday vlog. Those that did watch my Wednesday evening chat with Louise, just to say I'm feeling so much better. Part of that is down to what I've been doing, my experiment with food this week. So what started this? I wanted to know what I could find locally that I could eat. It was after I'd gone to Tesco's and then I went to our local co-op and I was picking things like fruit and vegetable off the shelves, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, Kenya, Egypt, you know, why am I going to eat broccoli that's grown in Kenya, or what was it? It was beans from Egypt, and there was something else, and it was like, why? I mean, you're talking a long way, a lot of food miles, and I live in Lincolnshire. We are known for the fabulous soils, especially out in the fens where they grow the vegetables and they can second and third crop a year because the soil is so good. We're one of the biggest wheat growers as well. So why do we get into this habit of just going to the shop and just picking what's on off the shelf blindly without thinking about all the lovely things we have locally? And I know for some people we think of organic and we think of it as being expensive. But I actually do tend to follow the OMAD, the 1 meal a day. I tend to have a coffee in the morning. I may have a couple of like snack nuts lunchtime, but then I'll have a proper meal at night. So if I'm going to have a meal, I might as well make it the best it can be and really enjoy it. So off I went on my travels just to see what we've got locally, and it's amazing when you talk to people and you tell them what you're doing, because I set a goal of 10 miles only. It had to be grown and produced within 10 miles. So luckily, I used to work for Lincolnshire poached cheese doing the farmers markets. So I knew straight away that's the cheese. It's raw milk made. I get my milk there, I get my butter there, and I can get lots of delicious cheeses. And oh, I was so excited when they said this just started having a halloumi made with their milk as well. So that was great because that is literally 7 miles away from me. Then at Gumby, that's only a mile up the road from me, we have a farmer's shop there. They produce the Lincoln red beef there, which is where I got my steaks from. And then there's a local car boot, and there's a market gardener in Burley Marsh, which is 2.5 miles from me, and I was able to get a lot of vegetables from there. But then when you start chatting, people are going, oh, I've got a little bit of rocket left over in my greenhouse, would you like some? Yes, I would. And then they would tell me about, we're still in a lovely area where you can go along the back roads and you will find people have put excess veg out either for sale. Some people are even giving it away with honesty boxes there. And thankfully, though we do live in a bit of a horrible world now, mostly that works really well. So I just thought it's just something different to talk about. But one, I was very depressed Monday morning, feeling really, really down. So being able to be mindful about what I was doing, because it is a bit of an effort being on your own. Can you be bothered to do anything? I have to make things either in the air fryer or with my steamer, but I have a little camping stove, so I did get my stove out and just chopping the vegetables, just knowing that everything was fresh, and it's surprising how long they last as well. For the fresh, you expect it to go off quicker, but I actually found that by the end of the week, the cucumbers were still, you know, nice to eat. They hadn't gone all soggy like the supermarket ones. So it was a real revelation, but I think mostly it was the taste. I hadn't even bothered buying tomatoes for a long, long time, but to get given some from my mum's neighbour, had some tomatoes he'd grown. Oh, the taste of those is absolutely amazing. So I'm just going to briefly show you what I cooked for the week. And then just if you've got any ideas of other things, because it really has inspired me, and I am gonna make my vegetable beds. I've got some wood ready to make raised beds, and that is definitely going to be a spring project for me. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but it's definitely going to be a project. So hopefully you can have a look around what your area's got to offer, and I'm certainly going to look further afield. And then we'll just chat through quickly what I did this week. So I started off looking for the vegetables. The leeks, the carrots, the broccoli, all grown, I say, within 2.5 miles of me. lettuce and cucumber came from a roadside stall, and the eggs came from my local farm shop, and they're free range eggs, and I literally drive past them and I can see them out in the field, so I know how good they are. Trusty camping stove in place. Now these mushrooms actually came from a friend who'd bought one of the mushroom boxes, so she was growing them at home, which I think is a great idea and another thing I'd like to do. And also I found later on in the week some mushrooms growing in the field as well, so I've had those as well, but I forgot to take a photo of those because I was so excited I'd eaten them before I managed to get them ready to show you. Tomatoes from my mum's neighbours, and the bacon was from a local butcher's, and literally again the pigs were only from a 3-mile radius of here, and I couldn't believe the difference. No water, no, the white stuff you get on the other bacon that's been over processed, and the taste was amazing. And I like to burn my meat nearly, I like it really, really well done, but the bacon just lightly done was delicious. Now because I'm on my own, I do tend to have the same meal 2 nights in a row, because I find if most things comes in packs of 2s, so I'll have it one night and then I'll have it again, and also if I'm having veg it's a good way of using things up. Now, as you can see, I do like my steak well done, so I apologise to the people out there that find this a sin, but that's how I love it. But I add a little bit of the Hallamon butter there, you can see, which is absolutely delicious. It's got Hallamon salt flakes in it, but it's made with the Lincolnshire poacher, then milk, which is raw milk from the farm, small herd, all the cows have names, they're all so well looked after. And if people worry about the calves, believe me, they are skipping around and really happy. So no problems there. You can also see one of my favourite poacher cheeses there, which is their vintage, which was won loads of awards. But back to getting the trusty frying pan out, my free range eggs, and I had the most delicious omelette with those gorgeous tomatoes again, the lettuce. It was just a joy to have. So I can honestly recommend the flavours of just a really simple salad. I had forgotten how good they could be. Now there were 2 things I didn't compromise over in the week. 1 was my coffee, and 2 was the Celtic sea salt that you probably saw previously. And no, I wasn't prepared to give up coffee, but I did change from having oat milk over to the raw milk again. I don't know why I got out the habit of it. I think oat milk's a little bit sweeter, but when you read what's in it, there is some real rubbish in oat milk. So yeah, a week of having delicious raw milk in my lattes that I make in my machine was another revelation as well. So much tastier. What have I been doing? And then to finish, this blue sky halloumi. I love how they've called it halloumi because it's actually made with the cow's milk from Lincolnshire poacher. It's a new product, well, recently new product, and oh my gosh, I was able to do this in my air fryer, had it with a salad, and again, delicious. If you like things like lasagna or anything like that, where you get that burnty cheese bit around the outside, there's just something about cooked cheese. Oh, it was delicious. And again, that gave me a couple of meals as well. So that's kind of my roundup of what I ate for the week. It's going to be very interesting to see where I go in winter. I'm going to get a slow cooker, and I'm going to look at perhaps using more of the local lamb and the local pork and beef. There is so much on my doorstep. So I hope I might have inspired you to shop local and support your farmers, but I really hope you enjoy the taste because it is amazing.